Welcome to the Daily What Ifs. You gotta catch them all. Got to catch them all. A little Pokemon Daily What Ifs. Let's get into it.
It's me, Pikachu.
Well, it's Pokemon, everybody. Those little critters, those little demons, those little happy old, just fluffy little, innocent little characters that was called pocket monsters that captivated the minds of Americans and every other country when the Pokemon made its debut back in the 90s. But anyways, welcome to the Visual Disturbance Daily What Ifs program. You gotta catch them all. You gotta catch them all, everybody. Well, we got a Pikachu on the screen here. Got a little Pikachu. Do y'all remember when this came out? A long time ago, back in the 90s. It was like one of those, it's nostalgic. And people are like, hey, I got to catch them all. I can't wait to catch them. Does anybody remember what happened here just not too long ago? There was a lot of strange things going on in our, let's just say, applications, right? And I remember something very interesting to me when this certain thing came out, Pokemon Go. So 2016, this came out as a big raid, man. People was raiding for it, and they was all hyped for it. Hey, let's get into some Pokemon action. Pokemon Go 2016, free augmented reality, right? It was augmentation application. It was a big hype, man. There was people going after the Pokemon Go. And got to catch them all, right? The mobile game that came out in 2016. Big thing back in 2016. I want to tell you all a little story about, before we get into the what if, I'm going to tell you a little story. I remember this very clearly when this came out. The same year, 2016. As anybody knows me by now, that my occupation used to be a milkman before my accident. And I used to literally deliver milk to places. They still make milkmen. Milkmen still are a thing in this reality. And we did a lot of deliveries to different types of facilities, etc. Doesn't matter. If you have a milk in a place, it doesn't matter if it's literally a mom and pop store to, let's just say, down by the river, milkmen go through all kinds of conditions to get the milk out there. It's insane. So I remember something very, it's just very intense and very insane. One day I was out running my route, and it was 2016, mind you. And I remember very clearly what was about to go down. I'll tell you a story here. I was driving down the road about 35 miles an hour. Wasn't too fast. But when it comes to milkman world and you have your, let's just say, all your product and your inventory in the behind in the big box car, big box truck, and you have your, let's just say, there's bars that hold up the milk and keep them, let's just say, in place. Well, I was driving around 35 miles an hour, which was the speed limit, 34, 35, give or take. And there was a gentleman on the road with his phone, pinned to his phone. And all of a sudden, this college kid jumps out from the sidewalk and jumps out in front of my milk truck. And I kid you all not, boom, I'm sitting there, here's smoke coming off the brakes. And I'm literally, the only thing I'm getting ready to do is basically rip the whole back of my milk truck up to avoid a crash and hurting somebody, right? Well, I dodged the individual by feet. I literally get out, and I'm in a kind of a bad state that day anyways, and I said, what are you doing? Right? And this gentleman proceeds to tell me, I'm trying to catch a Pokemon. And I said, what? I said, did you realize I about ran you over? Did you realize you about lost your life because the milkman couldn't get the milk truck stopped in the equivalent amount of time to save your hide? Basically, I was getting really righteously angered. Let's just say that. And I told him to stay off the road. I said, dude, and I kid you guys not. This kid literally caught a Pokemon, and that's what locked my milk truck up. I dodged him. I saved his life. And I looked over, and I knew what happened. There was a lot of milk spilled that day. Not blood, but a lot of milk spilled all over the place. And I didn't have much left. It was like a long day, 14 hours, and I said, "Sir, did you see that milk pouring out of the back of the truck? Because there's like these drain systems that all these milk trucks have." Sitting there pouring, I mean, just excessive amount of milk, and I'm sitting there going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I said, "I've probably lost about 4 or 5 stacks of milk because that's what I heard fall when I'm trying to dodge you. So I'm dodging milk. I'm dodging human beings because of Pokemon Go narrative." And he caught his Pokemon, but he about caught a milk river. The milkman literally about poured milk. I was pouring milk all over them streets. And I lost a lot of inventory that day, and that kid was like, "I'm sorry." No, I said, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. I'm sorry too that our world's gotten to this insanity that a man can't even work his milk route and deliver milk and provide for his family because you have took it upon yourself to get the red carpet out and catch a Pokemon right dab in the middle of the street. So you have a good day, sir, but you literally damaged my milk. All my milk went pouring every which way, and it was insane." So there's a story of augmented reality. The augmentation and the insanity these individuals and these people have to do with this, and I kid you not, it happened to me in 2016. And the college kid was like, "Dude, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude." And like, "Whoa, dude, I'm sorry, man, it ruined your day." No, I'm sorry. Hey, no, I'm thankful I didn't. I'm thankful that you're still here, because if I hadn't have been able to maneuver the milk truck and spill my milk, it might have been a different alternative. Crazy, crazy story. You cannot make this stuff up. Can't make it up. Pokemon Go, augmented reality. I mean, I can only imagine where the individual is now. He's probably strapped up right now to the VR headset, Apple VR, and he's probably like, "I remember the story of the milkman. I almost lost my life that day. He spared my life because I was playing around with Pokemon augmented reality." Insane, right? Insane. So, not only was he trying to capture Pikachu? Well, here's the thing on the daily what ifs. What if he didn't capture them all? What if he didn't catch all these Pokemons? Well, I guess he didn't. So check this out. So what if there's one Pokemon that this man did not capture? So check this out. This is hilarious. Watch this. As you can see on the screen here, this just happened not too long ago. There was a bid on this lovely, lovely Pokemon. But here's the kicker. A little bit more bizarro world than what you think, because you have to really think about what the information here and how bizarro world we are living in. Our world is coming off the rails, folks. But this is our what if moment. The man, what if the Pokemon was, let's just say, embodied the Cheetos? Well, guess what, folks? There's a what if moment. It did. The Cheetos have been converted. They said it was intact. It was, I think they may have found it like in 2018, 2019. I guess the whole, the hype with all the Pokemon Go. I guess they was reaching their Cheeto bags, little Cheeto bags, which I wouldn't recommend getting any, and especially in this day and age. But I used to be a big fan of Cheetos, but I'm not now for other, let's just say, reasons. But $87,000 of the Charizard, I almost messed up. Charizard shaped Cheetozard, okay? Charizard, Cheeto, Cheetozard, and Charizard, that dragon, right? That dragon, $87,000, folks. They spent $80,000 on this. I'm just going to play the video here for y'all's entertainment purposes only. But that kid back in 2016, he didn't capture them all with his augmented Pokemon Go. He forgot one. It was in a Cheeto bag. So check this out. I'm gonna mute the audio because for copyright purposes. But let's just watch this. Check that out, folks. So we have $87,000. Charizard. We got that Charizard. I keep saying Charizard because I'm so baffled by the $87,000. It's all in this nice little plastic case, glass case. And they found this in a Cheeto bag, apparently. I guess anybody out there, if you got some Cheetos, you want to combine them all together, make them all whole again, and you can just form whatever in 2025 and make yourself a Pokemon, a Pikachu, or whatever type of little demon character, and place it together. Maybe in 2029 or 2030, when they come up with Pokemon 2.0, 4.6, go, you'll be able to get $200,000 for your bid at this auction I think it was the golden auction for $87,000. You could have got a Charizard shaped Cheeto-Zard at your disposal. So not only do you have it at Pokemon Augmented Reality, now you have a box with a stale Cheeto, and there's where the what if moment is. So anyways, folks, welcome here to Visual Disturbance, where we talk about stuff that's a little bit crazy. This one got me. I know this one's a little bit more insane, but if I'm just going to give you my take, $87,000, I would never, I don't care what reality is, I don't care what paradigm it is, I don't care what, if I go back in time with a flux capacitor, I'm joking. I'm not going to be spending $87,000 on a Cheeto. This is where we're at, folks. Anywhere, look, if I had $87,000, there would be so much I would do with it for good. This individual whoever bought this anonymous buyer, it's sitting on a shelf now, more than likely, and he or she's probably like, I caught them all. I got a Cheeto, and I'm so thankful and so glad, and just my gratitude to this bid. I can't believe this individual found this in 2018, 20-something. It was somewhere in that time frame, and they preserved it in a nice little case, and that's one of my favorite characters, Charizard. I'm so excited. Folks, this is insanity. Welcome to Visual Disturbance. I mean, where are we at? How can you comprehend this reality when you see this nonsense right here? $87,000, you can go buy a house. $87,000, at least do something. Do something good with it. So, this one is a more bizarre what-if moment. I just wanted to give you all my 2 cents on this because it's really bizarre. Are we living in some type of Twilight Zone paradox shift that doesn't make any sense anymore? Because apparently, Cheetos are the new thing. Cheetos are the new, let's just say, if you sculpt a Cheeto, you might be able to get by but the 100K here just soon. Sell it at the golden auction, and you'll buy that thing, and everybody will bid on it. Insane in the membrane. Well, welcome to Visual Disturbance. I'm your host. Welcome to the Daily What Ifs. I hope y'all enjoyed this one because, well, I just hope you did. And I know that a lot of people are talking about this Pokemon stuff again. It's coming back around the bend. It's getting hyped up again. It's getting hyped up. But that's a true story, folks. Welcome to an insane world. Back in 2016, I dodged a Pokemon and an individual and a human being. I dodged him. He caught him. I dodged them both. So you got to catch them all. You got to catch them all. I'm joking. I don't get on the Pokemon, let's just say, nostalgia. I don't get into it. I don't get around it. But this was one of those daily what-ifs where it's kind of fun, humorous, and entertainment purposes only here on the YouTube channel. So, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Daily What Ifs. I am your host, Visual Disturbance. We will be back for another one on the Daily What Ifs. Got to catch them all. Watch out for Pikachu, and all these insanity going on. Spend your money on something that is of a holy nature. Spend your money on something that's going to help you in life. Stay away from literally Cheetos that look like characters from the 1990s. So, anyways, with that being said, Visual Disturbance, I'm out of here. See you on the next one, folks.